Okay. First of all, I just want to say thank you, God. I have to start with that. As agitated as I feel, it's just too much validation that there is nothing they can do to even make me have an ounce of even a sentiment, like a, not even a drop of doubt. But I just ask God to give me strength to not be too agitated because if I do see these people trying to make me accept this manipulation, I know that it will not be good. I'm listening to this perp. She's a childlike sounding person. This trash is a low life who find empowerment in this. And for me, it's something that I'm just asking God to give me strength. Now she's saying how she's framing. Now this is a trash working for governmental entities that so much issue with pedophiles and pedophilia, meaning that they have a lot of pedophiles in these agencies. This trash cannot say Roy Moore. She knows better because she knows who runs the show here. This always brings me back to reality and always when I say that name, it just reminds them that they just this is trash. And they better know that I know that. Whatever's happening in regard to how they're framing me, yesterday I got a chance to see her mother and seeing her for the trash that she is. If I saw the children that are being used to frame me, I know that I'll be validated. I've been right over and over and over. Not because I'm a prophet, not because I'm a genius. Matter of fact, my brain is being diminished by the second. So cognitively, I'm losing it. But because this trash, if you see how this trash look, this childlike trash, you know the future of this low life I just is gonna be properly reimbursed. There's a video I made about some next door neighbor. You'll see how what this kind of trash is we're talking about. But the reason why I made this video because I was getting too agitated, so I was like, let me just say something before I get too agitated. Because God forbid I see this person and the way they interact with me. Now, I know what they do to people. So the anger I have is not only what they do to me, but it's because I'm very much aware what they do to children. Yesterday, there was this woman. She tried to play this game. That moment, when I saw her try to interact with me, I looked at her. I was like, "Are you fucking talking to me? Are you fucking talking to me?" Because even if I'm dying like this, I rather die this way. But don't ever look at me like this because I know what the fuck you are. I mean, I'm hearing these people tell me I'm slowly dying. I'm slowly dying because this Department of Defense technology destroying my organs, slowly killing me. And I want to mention that properly because this Department of Defense is the same entity ranked 19th for trafficking stammer child porn. Just to give you an idea of reality. That this trash wanting to paint themselves in these ways have been humiliated by reality that I bring over and over and over. To know that there's a whole ranking in regard of how much pedophilia issue they have while doing these things to me is a blessing and it's fair. Because I'm hearing this trash feeling empowerment tell me slow death. Yes, I'm slowly dying because I'm slowly being tortured. Sorry. Because this technology is slowly destroying my organs. And what technology is that? It's Department of Defense technology. And who's Department of Defense? Well, sorry. What issues the Department of Defense has? Exactly. So I have these entities utilizing this technology onto me, using these bottom feeders that can't say Roy more because they know their fucking position in life. And me knowing that these entities have these issues that is so like open at this point because all you have to do is search and National Defense Network Abuse Act. You'll see the issues they have. Now I have this trash. This technology has the ability to cognitively manipulate you in different ways. The manipulations are disturbing and pedophilia centric. Then you have this childlike trash wanting you to accept these manipulations. This trash will never even make me accept. Let me just say that calmly. This person will never influence me in anything because I look at them for the fraudulent trash that they are. They're like children to me. that I'll never respect. But this childlike trash are involved in a program that I know manipulate men and women to have sexual stimulations that are aimed toward children. And then they want me to look at them and think that they're doing this study, it's their study. And the way they talk, I wish I could record their voices, their interactions. And it's just listening to a child retard trying to sound intellectual. Then when they do this pedophilia type of torture where they make me have this stimulation, they're like, no, remember what you did, you were a teen. Because they're talking about what I did when I was 13, 14. Let me just give you a glimpse. She's talking about age around this. You see this little boy here. Now, obviously, she's saying things to try to agitate me, and she thinks that somehow I'm gonna. She sounds super rational. She's just a child like trash, who is tasked to make me accept these manipulations. And these manipulations are disgusting. And I've been validated that they do that to so many others. That they have this pedophilia type of torture. And to hear this trash sounding like a freaking retard. Let me repeat that, sorry. I have to say that in a better way. Sounding like a child who wants to sound intellectual. Because they just forced me to have this sexual stimulation toward this little kid. That I'm supposed to be like, oh no, they're mapping me. We are analyzing you. Trash, you can't even analyze yourself. To see who's talking to me after they forced me to get this nasty sexual stimulation they're renowned to do. How they can force people to have sexual arousals and aim those arousals toward children. And been doing that to many. The mistake they're going to make if they play this game in front of me is going to be bad. It's been validated that, first of all, they have issues with pedophilia. I know they do this pedophilia type of torture, and they force people to get sexual arousal toward children. And on top of that, when they try to play this feminist, to find out what they do to women and how they torture them. Yesterday, I heard this grown woman with children. I swear, every day I'm looking at her, I try to maintain. She came involved in my targeting later on, but came in thinking that the fact that she's a mother, that people should respect her for being a mother. I should respect her. I know they torture women and their whole family, which include children. You know what she said? Because these kids try to counter the fact that they involve in a program that is doing harmful things to even babies. Infants, literally 3-week-old babies. She says that, oh, we support them. That they're supporting the people they're torturing. When she said that, at that moment, no matter what else she can do to show me how competent she is as a person, I will always see this slow life for the trash that she is. I'm sorry. But to see a grown woman who can listen to the testimonies of what they do to children, but because she wants to live in that fantasy that she's part of this like group of Avengers femme fatale, because she wants me to accept this manipulation they make me have today, that she would say that, oh no, do you see the family of these 5 people, we are supporting them. You are involved in a program that's torturing them. What do you mean you're supporting them, you piece of shit? You are supporting the program that tortured them. And it's like, oh, it's over. It's been over. Because I know the government's killing me. You're just a bottom feeder wanting to live this fantasy and make yourself believe that you're some kind of avenger. I'm dying now because you're involved in this. I'm dying because I'm a target individual. Meaning I'm just like these kids that you guys are torturing / supporting. And to hear who's talking, you like, this is why you can say that. You have to get on the level of this childlike individual talking to me. And I'm glad that you have to live like this. If you see the Dongoron video I made, you'll see this childlike retard talking. I don't know if she's actually a child, but when she talked, I was like, oh my goodness, what the hell is that? So for whatever's gonna happen to me, I gotta be strong. First of all, they just using these retards to frame me, meaning that they're gonna use children to tell me to, and they're gonna use these children and say that I did something to them. They are prepping something. I don't know what's happening exactly, but I'll figure that out. And I'm looking forward to see who it is, because when they see me, I think face to face, or they get the chance to see me in person, and really see me in person, they'll know that even if I die in a hole, this life, their life is something's gonna come. And I know that they out of touch of reality, because when they're in reality with me, things changes. This woman was acting a certain way. I swear to God, I'm not a violent person. Matter of fact, I'm less aggressive toward the women, because I feel like weak if I find like if I get aggressive like that. But at this point, I've associated them for what they're truly part of, and what I'm experiencing. I know that they just want to make me accept these things that is renowned for, which they know they do to people. You know this EEG. I forgot the terminology where literally the to know that there's a technology that literally describes what I was saying when I didn't even know about this target individual. When I was just trying to express myself in regard to what's happening, having no idea what truly was happening. And to hear the testimony, not even the testimony, but to hear this technology that can literally capture the signal of your brain, able to then rewire your brain using this technology that has been all along there. That when I was writing these letters to this media outlet, I didn't even know that were obviously involved, saying, this is what's happening to me today. They are manipulating my brain. They're doing this and that. And today, well, later on, find out that there's literally a technology that does these things. To be able to describe something that's happening to me to the T with exactly what this technology does, because I'm not being a prophet. I'm just expressing what's happening to me. And to listen to this shit, the thing with them that scares me the most is because they gaslighting is this. Gaslighting is to act a certain way for somebody to accept a false perception, a false reality. They're gonna try to do this acting in front of me. I'm not gonna let them escape. I'm gonna remember, you are involved in this program. You are involved in torturing me this way. You're involved in torturing me, and I know what you're part of, and everything that I know they do will be associated to them. And I'm scared that they're still gonna try to stay in character to make me accept these manipulations, and I will not be able to control myself, because I will see through the acting for the gaslighting, and I will lose it. Because at this point, the validations are magical. It's scary at this point, in every ways. I mean, I have literally somebody saying what they're doing. Once they pipe in those voices in, they start rewiring you, rewire your thought process, rewire your brain. Did you know that I literally said these things before finding out about target individual? Literally saying step by step. On this day, on August 19, 2019, I started hearing these people interacting with me via to my brain directly. Shortly after, I started getting manipulation where I can't even control my thought process and my brain. I wrote this thing having not a single idea about being a target individual. To hear this thing exactly expressed, obviously in a more intellectual way, with somebody who knows more about this thing than me, and there's this trash think that they can act their way into me not seeing the obviousness of what's happening to me, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. It's going to be a problem because, no, on top of that, when they were talking about, no, but remember what you did as a kid. And I'm looking at, okay, these people talking to me are talking about me at this age, trying to exaggerate what I did at this age, while I know what they do to babies, to kids of all ages, and what they were to counter that. Oh, we support these kids that we torture. We support this family that we're torturing. When Just a few days ago, I'm looking up for something in some target video on Facebook. This woman say, urgent, 3-year-old, 19-year-old, and mother are being attacked by EMF or ELF. You understand that I know there's a plenty, and that's why I'm glad I was on August 29th, 2020. I was on TI Day saying this is killing, torturing, and impacting men, women, and children all around the world. And then you hear a woman saying, me and my family are being tortured. When I was making these videos, I remember when I was listening to the podcast for Target Vigil, I could hear this perps saying, well, we're going to beat you guys. And she was a woman. Now they're like, oh no, we support you. We support the women. And the children trash us. How can you be supporting them when you're involved in a program that literally does that to them? And to find out this woman being destroyed, saying there's a lot of females involved in this. Oh, but they try to make me think, no, because we are some kind of woke, like family-oriented people that trash us. This woman, which I'm gotta be strong. She get on camera, and the first thing she says, you use her hand. The reason why she was saying that is because she wants to make me imagine an exaggerated version of what I did when I was a kid. And the reason she does that is a way to try to shield her. Because she wants me to still think that what they're doing right now, they're avenging for what I did as a kid. And forget about the torture of children that they do. What they're doing to children today is happening today. And no, you're not supporting people that you're torturing. You're just trying to make it seem like you guys are something else but this mass government that is torturing women. Well, how are you supporting these test subjects? You're minimizing their torture? You fucking trash. I will never let them live their fantasy. I'll scream knowing that the people torturing me are torturing children. And they have kids involved in a program where they torture children. Yes, people who can do that can frame anybody. I'm listening to this trash talk about we framed you. Yes, you trash torturing children will frame me. Oh, sorry, torture / support them. And then you fucking die. Thank you, God, let me live life like you. I'd rather die in a freaking hole screaming and crying every day than live life doing what you do. And then they try to make themselves fierce. You can say Roy Moore and be fierce. Say Roy Moore in a clear way. Say Roy Moore. Somebody just say Roy Moore in a way that I can hear it. Roy Moore, say it clearly right now. If you're fierce. You're a fraudulent, coward, lowlife who will never say Roy Moore in my face knowing better. Because you work for bottom feeders. Sorry. Because you work for pedophiles. Let me repeat that. These perps will not say Roy Moore. She tried to time it when I was saying it so I can hear it. Because she knows. Let me repeat that. If you're fierce, if you're daring, say Roy Moore. They're waiting for me to say something so they can say when I can't hear it. This is the coward lowlife that work for pedophiles. That will not hesitate to participate in the torture of children and women. They are fraudulent shit that make me... That are forcing people to have sexual stimulation toward children. And they tell me how I'm going to be registered because they're going to frame me, telling this kid to say I raped them. This trash who can't say Roy Moore. And when I say Roy Moore, I want to make sure that I hear, yeah. But you can say in the cowardly way, just like a low-life trash that they are. And try to still present yourself as fierce people. Coward bottom feeders. Are you suffocating 7-year-old kids and talk about you support them? And yes, you do it because you're involved in a program where the only way you're torturing me is because you're involved in a program that tortures children. Then you try to play with femme fatale, barely saying Roy Moore. Then you tell me how you dare to frame me, trash ass, working for pedophiles, involved in a program that just caused a man to kill 18 people. They try to debunk that. While this little baby's getting shot at, trash like them, like, trying to find ways to say Roy Moore without being heard. I can't wait to find out which trash is going to be the one that's going to have a bright future. I can't wait to see them. This trash, they're feeding off whatever they can. When I was hearing this trash talking, it's like you were a teenager. Talk about. While I know they torture children, violating kids, babies, infants. To counter that, they just come up with, no, but we support them. One day they support them, the next day they liberate them. Well, the reality is they're using these kids as test subjects. This is why it's happening to them. Not because they're using human beings, including children, as test subjects. And they can't even say Roy Moore. I'd rather be blind, dying in the street than live life doing what they do, than being humiliated that the entities that they work for are so pedophilia-centric that there's a whole bill called National Defense Network Abuse Act. I'm going to say that a million times because this trash know what it means. It means this daring trash working for pedophiles. And they know that I know they torture children. I rather become my boss. I rather get castrated. Somebody said something like I almost ran to him. This is the kind of thing that make you want to do something. This is why you hear mass shooters. If I see them and they try to play, God forgive me, give me the strength. I don't want to be a rubber card. But the hatred is not there, but it's just the understanding of what they're involved in. I associate them exactly for what they're involved in. I see the fear when I see Roy Moore in their faces. I know they torture children. I know it's them doing that to me. There is no, these people right here are torturing infants and then being brave remotely. They're being brave remotely. Right now when I'm making videos, this trash opened the door. That's only bravery they have. But in person, gosh. In person, I pray that they don't do this. I pray. I don't want to lose it like this. I don't want to go home like this. I would die in a hole than do something to this trash. But if they think that I have a doubt that these people are involved in the same program that torture children, they're going to mistake. If they ever think that I don't think they are here manipulating me, and they want to stay in character to gaslight me into accepting this, they're going to be making a mistake that is just might be the last one in their life and I don't want that. I truly don't. These people where I can literally name a bill that was created for the shit that contract these bottom feeders that empowers them. These retards that tell themselves that they are war trash in PJs. Using human beings as test subject. Using these retards and make them retard. And make them create the story of what they're part of. That we are war. War of what? Trash. Say Roy Moore. That's your war right now. I know horrible things are waiting for me. But for these losers that don't know shit that's going to happen to them, that are living off this intoxicating feeling of feeling empowered by doing what they do to me and manipulating me, and still think I will identify with this, it will never happen. Whatever little girls, whatever baby they force me to have stimulation toward, and then be like, no, we're mad, they see with everything. You were a teenager, you did trash. I'm a grown man. I'm not a child. You are forcing me to experience these nasty things. Sell your fucking kids over there. Keep you living this life. This trash tell me I rape her. This baby, this child. She's not even. She's a fucking low life. She's a trash, being groomed to do the nasty things already. I can't wait to see you. I want to see this trash do so much, such a bright future. Groomed this way. I swear to God, I want to see you. That moment this trash sees me, she knows that, okay, man, things are going to happen to me. She can watch me screaming everywhere, being castrated, get cut in pieces. It's not going to change that. I guarantee you. Everything I've said has come in one way or another. It's everything. Because I'm not a prophet. I can tell a trash who's being groomed to say this kind of thing at this age. It's going to be fucked up the rest of their life. It's obvious. This retard tried to say, oh, yeah, shit, in front of me. Said that. You know what they say? Oh, you're going to be knocked out. Exactly. Oh, you're so at peace. You see how you're deflecting? Because you sound like a retard. Of course, I know you're manipulating my brain. But okay, play this gimmick in front of me. That moment you understand. When you see me, no matter how I'm going to be manipulated to it, you understand. When I'm listening to the testimony of people saying they're rewiring their brain in this way, this is a weapon. It's like a cognitive weapon. They're rewiring you. And when I say that, you know what they try to do? No, we meant it to you as a kid. Okay. You're saying that you're making my brain of somebody that young. Me, my 30s. This is that's what you do. That in front of me. Do that in front of me. On top of me hearing the testimonies of what they do to children, on top of knowing and national, let me repeat that so they come out of the apartment, and National Defense Network Abuse Act. These pedophiles are saying that we trash us. When I'm hearing the testimonies of how they've been tormenting men and women all around the world in these pedophilia ways. When I just heard somebody who killed 18 people because they doing the same defamation. But you, because you're a woman, or you're a female, this is ask daddy, you're a fucking retard. No, is you're participating in a program where they're rewiring the brain to break them down. They're using the brain. They're using brains as a weapon. They're rearranging your brain, manipulating your brain. And then they try to gaslight you into accepting this manipulation to the point where they're like, no, we're making your brain be a child brain for fucking retard. And you see some childlike people who can't even know, like, look at you. Even at work, seeing a grown woman that behavior, shut the fuck up. Behavior. The behavior of this DOD employee downloading child porn. You've been cognitively rewiring the brain. And I've been describing this before I knew this thing was actually a thing. I was saying this thing thinking I was the only one going through this. Finding out there's 1,000 of people going through the same shit. And then thankfully I'm listening to my camera. I have my own surveillance camera. To listen to this woman talking and try to gaslight you, and this is you never make me identify with this manipulation trash ass. You know what they want me to do? To think that this is a different study. It's a project where they're just studying the brain. They're not manipulating the brain. They're just examining the brain and seeing the deep inside what's happening to my brain and what is really what I'm really am, but not this kind of retardation. When you hear the literally target visuals say they're forcing me to have sexual stimulation. And they're forcing me to have those stimulation toward children. And to hear that there's testimonies of men and women all understand the same. Matter of fact, unfortunately, I regret that I did not take a screenshot. The first petition for target individual, one of the symptoms was remote pedophilia. That's when I remember getting up. I was like, these people, this is not just happening to me. But these tactics, even that pedophilia type of tactic, is a systematic tactic they've been using. But, like I said, if they act a certain way in front of me, I pray to God I don't do anything. I pray. I almost say the name of this trash that I need to be strong toward, because I'm gonna say something and she won't know what to respond. To all my target individual, stay strong. Let me show you what they did not too long ago. There's a bunch of kids every time there's especially little girls. They make me have this reaction. Let me show you. This is the kind of things they force me to get stimulation towards. If I show what's happening to my brain, look, this kid here, they try to make me look at the. They were stimulating me beforehand when I was watching something else, and I was like, okay, this is extreme. It's not natural, but I don't care. The reason why they're stimulating me so much is because I was going to see this kid. They're gonna make a mistake, I'm telling you, as they play with my sexual arousals and libido and rewiring it this way. I would rather rat away than be around shit like them, living life doing this. That's why they thank these people. The humiliation that this person, of course I know why I'm ratting, I'm a test subject. The DoD technology is destroying my organs. The same DoD entities that have issues with child porn. Where they've been doing this pedophilia type of torture to break people down for years. For years. Testimonies coming over and over the same ways. They were just cognitively manipulating me in these ways. Playing my libido. Forcing me to get sexual stimulations. I will never identify with this manipulation. Never. Never. And in my brain, they're like, no, but when I heard that? When I signed my first petition. Remote pedophilia, I remember seeing that. Where they can manipulate your brain to have this reaction toward children. When I'm in pain, I'll be screaming in pain knowing that these motherfuckers will be rewiring my brain. And they will do that to others. And then they will act accordingly and find ways to make somebody identify to these things, one way or another. With me, what they try to use, like, no, but what we're doing is, remember when you felt like that when you were a kid? Trash. Talk about childhood. To make me accept this manipulation of what they make me experience today as an adult grown man. But people who don't even know themselves. Target individuals, stay strong.